Hello everyone, welcome to K-Pop Queen for your non-daily reactions to all things K-pop. Listen, it is a trying time for us. It's very, very difficult with things that are going on. I know a lot of people are self-quarantining, they're like at home, schools have been shut down, everything has been shut down. We're all very bored at home, we're probably going a little stir crazy. I know things, for me, I live in LA, so shit just got real today, last night and today. It's been really, really chaotic. I'm probably gonna have a lot more free time on my hands just because of the way things are. So I thought, okay, let me bring back Drama Shop Top. Even though this is something I said I was gonna do, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a real YouTuber and keep this segment going. And then I literally haven't done it for months. Classic. But you know, I've been meaning to do this video anyway because I finished this drama and I wanted to talk about it. And you know, I'm gonna give you all the suggestions and things to watch while you are at home, okay? Now maybe you guys already like Korean dramas, maybe you just coincidentally found me. Who fucking knows? Because alright, who knows how this is going, alright? But hopefully you will enjoy this. You'll take my suggestions. You can watch my other Drama Shop Top videos. I have some movies in there. Two movies in there that you can possibly watch and some other dramas. So get started, you know, and yeah, hopefully I can convince you to watch this latest one, Crash Landing on You. You guys already know what it is, okay? You've seen everybody talking about it. You know that it's like the hottest drama of 2020. Like everyone loves this drama, me included. Now I just finished it. I've been watching it on my commute to work, so that's why it took me so long. I was like not watching it at home, so I finished it. It was an emotional roller coaster. Let us chat. So grab your snacks, grab your water. It's Drama Shop Talk, so we gon' talk. Now I don't have any snacks today because I went through half of the snacks that I had prepared for my possible self-quarantine, so I have to chill on that. So I'll just have my nights and some fresh air. So let's talk Crash Landing on You. I already said it's the best drama of 2020, and I mean that. So far, I haven't watched Itaewon Class, which I heard is phenomenal, so I'll hold off on saying anymore, but it is truly one of the best dramas of 2020. If you're into the romance, like the classic Korean dramas, you know, this one is for you. I love the romance. I love the rom-coms. Like that's what I got into. What was my first drama ever? Boys Before Flowers. That, you know, dramatic romance, teen high school stuff. I'm into it. So this was right up my alley. It is also starring Son Ye-jin, who is honestly a woman after my own heart. Like she really, ever since I saw Personal Taste, which I think I saw when I was like, maybe in like high school, like a sophomore or freshman or something. Ever since I saw that and I saw her, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be watching her forever. I'm gonna be in love forever with this woman. I think she is phenomenal. Okay, it's on Netflix. Okay, so if you have Netflix, you can watch it. If you don't, you know, you can find the sites. They got it. They got all the dramas. They're subbed within seconds, literally. Like you don't even need to have Netflix to watch it, even though it is a Netflix show. Okay. Now the summary on Wikipedia. Let me get on my glasses here. Okay, ooh, they're kind of dirty. Whatever. Crash Landing on You tells a story of two star-crossed lovers, Yoon Se-ri, Son Ye-jin, a South Korean chaebol heiress, and Ri Jong-hyuk, Hyunbin, a member of the North Korean elite, who also happens to be an army officer. One day, while Yoon Se-ri goes for a short paragliding ride in Seoul, South Korea, a sudden wind knocks her out and blows her off course. She awakens to find herself in the forest in the DMZ in North Korea, a forbidden area for South Koreans. It is there that she meets Ri Jong-hyuk, a North Korean army officer. Ri Jong-hyuk eventually gives Yoon Se-ri shelter and develops plans to secretly help her return to South Korea. Over time, they fall in love despite the divide and dispute between their respective countries. Let me tell you, son. Listen, this drama, I mean, that's literally what it's about. We see Yoon Se-ri, very rich, very princess. She calls herself the picky princess. You know what I mean? She has like all these guys she has short flings with. You know, she is very much just that bitch, if I'm being honest. She has her own company that she built up, you know, Seti's Choice. It's a makeup fashion brand, you know. So she's also from a rich family. So she has money, you know, from the family. She got her own money. She got these men. Like, you know, she's living this life, right? So she does this whole paragliding thing to test out this new paragliding outfit that her company is about to make. And a tornado comes around and swoops her into the DMZ. So she like wakes up in the forest. She's so confused, obviously. She meets Ri Jong-hyuk, who is like doing, you know, patrol of the area. And he like is looking at her like, like, you? Where did you come from? All this stuff. And she tells him, and he's like, okay, well, I don't know about that story, but you know, we'll see. Obviously, she gets scared because she's like, well, I'm in North Korea. What am I going to do? I have to run. So she tries to run off. Obviously isn't successful. She has to get shelter and somehow get back to South Korea. Ri Jong-hyuk and his team manages to help her. Of course, there are bumps along the way. You know, it's not easy for her to get back, but she does eventually. And while these two are like, you know, plotting and trying to get her back, like, obviously they're going to fall in love. It's a fucking drama. That's how this goes. Their chemistry, Hyunbin and Son Ye-jin, I mean, there are a lot of dating rumors, like, a lot. It pops up every year, honestly. Like, people are convinced that they're together, and that's just because their chemistry together is so insane. Like, while you're watching this, you're just kind of like, wow, yeah, they are in love. Love is real. Like, they just work really well together, and it comes off so well on the screen. It's so believable. You root for them so hard. You just want them to be happy, okay, in the drama and in real life, right? I mean, Hyunbin, an A-list celebrity. We love him. We watch all of his dramas. Okay, Secret Garden, hot forever. I mean, anything he does is a hot project. Like, we love watching his stuff. He's a great actor. Son Ye-jin is a great actress as well. I mean, everyone in this drama was giving me, like, they were just giving me everything. They were giving me the lines and making me believe them. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like, it was so easy to watch. It was so enjoyable. It's a great story. The writer who did this one, let me see what is her name? Park Ji-eun. She is a famous writer. Like, she's done a lot of stuff. My Love from the Star, which that one fucked me up as well. Okay, The Producer, Legend of the Blue Sea, My Husband Got a Family, Queen of Reversals, Queen of Houses. I mean, she has written it all. So, you know, if her name was on something, it's going to be a good project. The drama is also very funny. The writing, like I said, is so superb. When you have great writing, like, honestly, like, nothing, like, that's most of the part that's driving the show, the great writing. I mean, you get the acting, you get the writing, you get the amazing shots, you get the director, you get the soundtrack. Like, everything just comes together with this drama. It's very funny, okay? There are lots of funny bits. There are lots of really heartbreaking bits. I mean, you're pulled in immediately. Your heart is pounding sometimes. Sometimes you're just enjoying it and laughing, and then you're, like, anticipating what can happen next. One of my favorite moments, I mean, where do you pick a favorite moment when you loved every episode? Like, what? Like, how do you do that? There's so many. Okay, the first one is when she, you know, crashes into the DMZ, and she's like in her paragliding suit. She gets wrapped up in a tree, right? And she's trying to, like, radio over, like, hey, is anyone there? Like, I'm alive. Like, what's happening? Where am I? You know, she's like trying to talk, and she's talking to herself, and she's like, I got myself into this mess. Why is it happening to me? Like, what's going on? And he's just kind of like watching her and trying to, like, understand, like, what's happening in front of his eyes, you know, but he's also listening to her speak. And he just kind of, like, sort of, like, the more he listens, the more enthralled he gets into her. And you can see him, like, sort of thinking, like, okay, you know, she's a little cute, you know, in this little situation. Like, okay, all right. You know, who is she? Like, that was like a little moment when we first saw, like, yeah, the chemistry between them is gonna be insane. That bond, it's already building from the minute they met, okay? Another moment, on the motorcycle, when he goes to save her. The way I, like, almost threw my phone on the Expo Line train. Listen, I cause quite a ruckus on the train. I take that when I go to work. I'm surprised they haven't kicked me off, because I really do be yelling on there like I'm at home. Okay, I really do have my own commentary as I'm watching these shows. But for this particular moment, Yoon Se-ri is about to go to the airport and basically be able to, like, you know, go home, essentially. She's, like, being hidden as a track member, and they're going to Europe for this meet or whatever. So she'll get to Europe, and then she'll be able to fly home, essentially. So as she's driving to the airport with one of the, like, elite, you know, officers that she has gotten to know, basically someone is trying to kill her. They've, like, figured out that, like, she's not, you know, some North Korean spy. That's what they, like, called her. They said she was a North Korean spy. That's how they've been, you know, addressing her. She's actually from South Korea. She's really rich. She's, you know, infiltrated the lines. She's in North Korea, you know, illegally, pretty much. So they try to kill her. And Hyunbin's character, like, pretty much has got it figured out. He's like, no, I know some crazy shit's gonna happen. People have been questioning me about her. Like, I gotta be on my 10. Like, I know that they're gonna be coming after her. So he had been following the car secretly, like, you know, in the grass. Like, you can't even see him, sort of situation. And when they try to, like, basically cause this car accident and kill her, he, like, comes swooping out of nowhere and, like, saves her and, like, you know, beats up and shoots at the other officers that are trying to shoot at her. Like, he does this such heroic thing, and the shot that they do is really amazing. Great use of slow-mo, I will say. There's another scene that I really like that use slow-mo, and he's like on his motorcycle and he's taking his helmet off really slowly, and so you can just sort of see him like zoom by. It just looks really fucking cool coming by, like ready to save her, guns like about to be blazing. I'm like, you know what? Like, save me, the fuck? Like, what? Another thing, shot that I really liked with the slow motion is eventually they do get back to South Korea, and the people in North Korea that were trying to kill her still try to kill her even though she's in the South. Okay, he infiltrates over to the South side. So the South Korea, I don't know if it's South side, and basically is still trying to kill her. And while he is doing, like, there's like this whole moment where Ri Jung-hyuk and his army crew like meet up with the assassin from the north trying to kill Yoon Se-ri. They have this whole shootout situation, right? And Yoon Se-ri tries to save Ri Jung-hyuk from getting shot, so she like drives her car in front of him right as that North Korean assassin shoots at him. And like, oh god, oh my god, he like turns around at the sound of the shot and he sees the car in front of him, and he's like, literally you can see the wheels in his head start to spin. So he opens up the car door and Yoon Se-ri falls out really gracefully. It's just really amazing. I remember seeing it and being like, oh, wow, okay, like she's just been shot, so if he opens up the door that she's, you know, pretty much leaning on, she's gonna fall out. So they slow-mo her falling out of the car, and it's just this really graceful moment, and he catches her, and you can see like the realization, like, oh my gosh, she's been shot, she took this shot for me, is she dead? Like, what am I gonna do? Because at this point, like, he's committed. He's like, yeah, I'm in love with you, yeah, we're gonna be together forever. If you're not living, how am I supposed to live? Like, that's the point that we're at when that happens. So it's like, ugh. Not only was it heartbreaking, it was really beautiful to see. I really commend the director for taking a shot like that. I mean, again, really great use of slow-mo. Another one of my favorite scenes, even though the main character had just gotten shot. Another scene that I really liked, the candle scene. If you've seen the drama, you know what I'm talking about. Basically, Yoon Se-ri gets lost in this North Korean market. Obviously, she don't know where she's going. She don't know this place. So she gets lost in it, and it's like nighttime. The power has gone out, and everyone's bustling around her because they know this place. So she's just kind of lost and stuff, and she starts to flash back to a time when she had been abandoned as a child by her mother. She wasn't her biological mother. She just, it's complicated, but basically I'll just call her mother, right? By her mother, and she's like left alone at the beach when she's probably like 6 or 7, like just like a babe, like a child, right? So she starts to flash back to the scene of getting abandoned, and she starts to panic, and then all you see in the distance is a candle, a little candle with a little fire lit, and you see a man walking around. You see a man walking around holding up that candle looking for her. Who is that man? Ri Jung-hyuk. Obviously, she sees the light and she sees him, and she's just like walks up to him like incredulous, like kind of like, how did you know? Like, how did you know how to find me? That moment, I'm not gonna lie to you, when I saw that happening, I was like, oh god, I was like, their love is gonna be deep, isn't it? Like their chemistry, their bond, that's gonna be a for life sort of thing, isn't it? I have like a bunch more, and I don't want to like give you the whole story. I mean, obviously I've given you a bunch of spoilers. You clicked on this, you know what you was getting into, but I don't want to give you the whole thing. Okay, they have a lot of like coincidental meetings from the past. So basically that they were fated to love each other. They were fated to like meet, love, fall in love, be together forever. They met in Switzerland without really realizing it at the time. They realized it much later when they met again in North Korea. They had a lot of moments of meeting each other in Switzerland. Basically, where do I even begin? So Yoon Se-ri's life has not been really easy for her. Like I said, her mother is not her mother, the one that left her on the beach. She is the wife of her father, and her mother, I guess, was, you know, like an affair had happened. We don't actually know what happened to her biological mother. We don't get any information about that. We just know that she is raised as her father and her like stepmom's child, you know? So she really had no idea that this woman that's been raising her isn't her mother. So so she gets abandoned, you know, as a little kid. She's treated terribly by her siblings. Her whole family treats her like shit, basically. So that's why she had started the whole company in the first place. She was like, I'm leaving this family. I'm gonna, you know, make my own money. I'm gonna do my own thing. I don't need any of you, right? And I guess, you know, it was way too much for her, all this trauma in her life. She decides to go to Switzerland to kill herself, basically. She's like, I want to be surrounded by all these beautiful things before I die. And I mean, it was it was something else. It was something else watching that. Yeah. So she gets on a bridge and she's like holding up a recorder. She's basically like, I'm, you know, recording all of this to my family. I don't want to be here anymore. So goodbye. I know you guys didn't really care for me, but I truly did love you. Like she's sort of giving that message away as she's about to jump. And then Ri Jung-hyuk is there with his fiance. This is like a setup between the family. So he sees that she's kind of like talking to herself. She looks really nervous. He's like really suspicious of what she's about to do. So he asks her like, hey, can you take this picture of me and my fiance? And she's like, oh, okay, sure, all right. She's like really really out of her mind because she was just about to jump, you know. And she's like, okay, well, do we have to take it on this bridge? And he's like already walking off of it, like, let's do it over here, like, you know, on land, basically. So she takes the picture of them, and that was the first time they met. The second time that they had met was when she's on the boat on the lake, sort of just taking a tour of everything, seeing how everything's beautiful. And I think at this point she was starting to like feel better and not wanting to die. I think she was sort of, you know, just like coming to terms with things and trying to live at this point. And she hears this song being played on the lake. She hears some man playing on the piano this really beautiful song. And when she heard it, she was like, wow, this is a really stunning song. Like, I think this is gonna stick with me in my memory forever. And the man that playing the piano, the song, is Ri Jung-hyuk, because he is about to go back to North Korea after learning that his brother had just been killed. So like, it's all these certain points in their lives, like really traumatic things are going on when they had like coincidentally met without actually knowing it. Had all these coincidental meetings in Switzerland, and it all came back. They didn't even realize that they had met and that they had, you know, been fated to love. So I thought that was very nice. It was very Secret Garden, by the way. Very, very Secret Garden. If you haven't seen Secret Garden, definitely go watch it. But there's a lot of like coincidental meetings in Secret Garden that they don't even realize until the very end. So it was really nice seeing how they had connected the past to the present, and like all these moments and how things literally made sense and you know, connected to each other. The moment that had me in tears, guys, episode 16 really fucked me up. I think I cried the entire time. Like, I wouldn't stop crying as I was watching it. And the one that really got me was when Ri Jung-hyuk and his army crew are being sent back to North Korea, down to the south, to save Yoon Se-ri, you know, from the assassin. And the they're like, not their FBI. Well, I guess you could say like their FBI. Maybe NSI, something like that, NIS, National Intelligence Security, something like that. Anyway, they like find out that they're here and why they're here, what happened, what the shootout was about. They find out everything, right? And they're like, okay, now that we have everything solved and taken care of, it's time for you to go back. So they set up this whole thing, you know, they come in between the two countries, like at that certain point, that certain line, and they're like, okay, you know, you guys can go now. And at this point, Yusari is still in the hospital from the shootout. So she hasn't seen Ri Jung Hyuk in a while, because you know they had been caught up by the national security people, and they had been taken away for questioning. So she hasn't seen him for a while, and their last conversation was very tense, you know. So he kind of is like looking back, like, you know, I guess this is it. I'll never get to have, you know, a proper goodbye. Like, this is just what it's gonna be. And then, of course, Yoon Se pulls up. Her mom has driven her. They have reconciled at this point. She pulls up and she's like, Ri Jung Hyuk, Ri Jung Hyuk. And he is like, he starts to panic because he's like, wait, you're not supposed to be running. Like, you just got shot. Like, you don't run after me. So he crosses back over from North Korea. He had already walked to this line into the North Korean army, you know, people that are coming to pick him up. He had already crossed over. So he runs back over and is like, you know, don't run, you know, it'll be okay. I'll always think of you, you know, I don't want, you know, don't, you know, like, it's okay, right? And she's like, no, it's not okay. My last words to you have to be that I love you, that I'll think about you, that I care about you, that like you are everything to me. And let me tell you something. I was trying not to cry. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. No, I'm gonna hold it in. I'm gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. But the tears, they were flowing. They were coming out by themselves. I couldn't control it. Again, it's because of their chemistry. I believed every single word of it. I was like, wow, these people are really gonna be separated. Like, I forgot this is a fucking drama. Do you know what I mean? I was like, oh man, these star-crossed lovers, they're really gonna be separated. They're never gonna see each other again. Like, what the fuck? Like, let them love, you know? Like, it was really like that. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that moment was a lot. Episode 16 was a lot. We pretty much resolved everything in episode 16. Like, it was wrapped up really nicely. We resolved a lot of the issues that the side characters had. Wow, I didn't even talk about Sodan and Gu Sung Jun. They were really amazing characters as well. I'm not gonna tell you about. Actually, no, I'm not gonna talk about them. No, I want you to watch the drama and figure out their story as well, because their story is also very heartbreaking and it's very, very touching. So I'm gonna let y'all figure that out on your own. But just know that their story is also really good. Complete redemption arcs for both characters, who are initially seen as like villains, as in they're just stopping our main characters from getting what they want. And then in the end, you really begin to sympathize with them, you begin to understand them better, and just, you know, it really tugs at your heart. So yeah, hopefully I let y'all know what you needed to know about this drama. Honestly, I would just go start it right now on Netflix. You have time. It's a really amazing drama. Nothing is missing from it. Bak Yarin, who I always talk about all the time, she has a track in here, which is just, it's so good to hear her voice. I mean, she's a phenomenal singer, so hearing her sing, doing anything is always a good time. The music in there is really great. It's very touching. It's very funny. It's just an overall great Korean drama. So I really suggest it for anyone. If you've never seen it, go right ahead, jump in. You'll love it. If you've seen dramas, like, this is right up the alley of like top tier drama. Okay, so yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys thought about this drama. I'd really love to have a crash landing on you discussion. You can comment below or you can tweet at me, and I'll be back with another video. Bye guys.